Ladies and gentlemen, it's I, Taylor Chuck Norris. Welcome you to another countdown. But before that, I gotta go through the list of the games that are Harvest Moon. They are, in order of release date, Harvest Moon for the Game Boy, Harvest 64, Harvest Moon 2 for the Game Boy Color, Harvest Moon Back to Nature, Harvest Moon 3 for the Game Boy Color, Bakujo Monogatari, Harvest Moon for Girl, for a console, I forgot. There was another one with Shiwase no Uta. That was released at some time, I forgot. Then there's Harvest Moon Save the Homeland. And Harvest Moon Friends of Town. Harvest Moon More Friends of Town is the version of that game. Harvest Moon Wonderful Life. The version of that game is another Wonderful Life. Harvest Moon DS. The female version is Harvest Moon DS Cute. Then was Harvest Moon Magical Melody. Then Harvest Moon Boy and Girl. Then Harvest Moon DS Island of Happiness. Harvest Moon Tree of Tranquility. Harvest Moon DS Sunshine Islands. Harvest Moon Animal Parade. Harvest Moon DS Grand Bazaar. Harvest Moon Heroic Valley. Harvest Moon Tale of Two Towns. Harvest Moon 3D A New Beginning. Then it changed to Story Seasons for 3DS. Story Seasons for Towns for 3DS and Story Seasons Friends of Town for the Switch. That last one just came out. I've only played about 5 or 6 of these. One of them admitting because it's actually played for very long. So, 5 games, huh? It's time for a countdown. Number 5 belongs to Harvest Moon A Wonderful Life. I want you to imagine you've played through the Harvest Moon games, the good ones anyway, and have decided to buy Harvest Moon A Whole Life. After playing for about a year in game, maybe a few hours of the game, you find out that you hate it. The game is very bare bones. There are a lot of problems with it being bare bones. For example, you can't sell your vegetables unless you touch a certain person on certain days of the month. What's 10 days? He's there for 2 of them. Or was supposed to. It's better. You can't sell fish that way either. All you sell your farm are dairy products and eggs. That's it. You sell the cow, which will eventually die. Yeah, that went well. All the tools you start with make you tired extremely quickly. The entire hunger mechanic is broken and doesn't work as it's supposed to. If a crop doesn't grow, it's because an RNG screwed you over or you bought the crop this wrong season. There is no way in the game that tells you what crop grows when you're buying it. Only when you're checking in your menu, which I never do. I shouldn't have to do that to know when it grows. It's so stupid. There are also bugs with the marriage system. Heart events come when you have certain hearts from people. So these events specifically are in a scrambled order. Every time I play, they happen in the wrong order and don't make any sense to me whatsoever. You've got 3 options, which is fine. Some games have less options, some have more options. 3 is fine. 3 is fine. I do 3. Makes my job a little bit easier. But that the time passes 1 second to 1 minute. You sleep 6 hours at a time. Only 6 hours. No more, no less. Which means you go to bed at 8 p.m. You wake up 4 in the morning. 2 in the morning. Now I'm ready to do your fire at 2 in the morning. I hate this game. This is the first game I've played. I've only played 5 of them. This is why it's number 5. Next one's not much better. We now return to Forget-Me-Not Valley, which the last game took place. Talk about number 4, Harvest Moon DS. Enchanted Farming Adventure? Yeah, I'll believe with the release all the bug fixes they need. Not really a lot of bugs, but the whole experience is different. There are more options. Not that any are particularly good to come in with, so that's a plus. There's a story. If there's a story, I honestly cannot remember what it was. It's such a blur. The game runs fine, but I have some questions. 1, where do I buy seeds? 2, where do I buy animals? And 3, why is the weather wrong? If I know why that works. There are some bugs here and there, but the game's pretty solid. It runs just fine, except if it's 2 years old, it will crash. Mine crashes all the time. Like 2 ways to replace it or fix it, so I might anyway someday just get through it, but I cannot deal with it anymore. I just don't have the patience to deal with a cartridge that's cheap. The biggest problem with it that I find is that it doesn't make any sense at all. There are so many things that don't make any sense in that game that it's impossible to explain them all. The rain sound effect is all super annoying because it means it's sky, as usual, but the rain's so annoying. Now, just like I say, so the next one. Number 3 is a place we all know, Moon Mountain, Cloudbud Village. Great place. I'll repeat it for 16 episodes. Harvest Moon 64. The style is not going to save from my critiquing eye, though. Nothing saves anything from my critiquing eye. 64, though old and part of my end of our childhood, it's not easy to beat. The best ending is achieved with several rules. 1. 5 chickens, 1 spread your farm. 2. 3 sheep. 3 cows, 1 spread your farm. 4. Must have about 100,000 gold in your pocket. Not how much you made, how much you have in your pocket. Which is stupid. 4. 5. Must be married. 6. Must have a kid of 2 years, which means you married in your first year. Good luck with that. 7. Must have house extensions. 8. Must have every recipe. 9. Must have won a dog race. 10. Must win a horse race. 11. Must win a swim race. 12. Must win the egg festival. 13. Must have won the what's the festival? I can't remember. Whichever one get into Atari. That one. Yeah, the egg festival twice. 14. You must have 80% of your field growing something. Actually grass. Number 15. If the animal gets sick, it locks you out of it. Animals cannot get sick at all. Not even once. Not even an accident. Stay safe, wonderful. Number 17. You have to have helped build the bridge. Number 20. You must have helped build the hot spring. Number 21. You must be good friends with everybody. Everyone. Be nice to everyone. Any more? No, that's it. If you cover all of that, you get the best ending. Otherwise, you get nothing. Now to have the gameplay, so I've already explained the plot and the story to you. You start with the farm that your grandpa left you because that's how most harvesting games start. Not all, most. And you're to restore it. In spring, you meet the villagers, and like, you find that there are 5 people married. Potpourri, the girl at the flower shop. I'm the girl at the ranch. Karen, the girl at the vineyard. Bria, the mayor's daughter who's at the library. Or Ellie, the girl at the bakery. Each one has likes and dislikes. And the whole marriage thing, and it's a little bugged. Each one has a special bugs to them. That's a little hard to explain because I only remember two of them offhand. Until I look it up for the recording. But it's coming. That was kind of weird. So, that's that. And then there are the shops, flower shop and such. One shop's called Rick Shop. It's open when Hellfree is over. Apparently once in a game year. That's probably, but it's never open when it should be open. This is how it works. Now, it's not as bugged. That was intentional. And it sucks. The game runs pretty solid, but it's not enough time to do everything you want to do. There is no way to tell what anything you do has effect on without trial and error. Or a wiki that no one ever looks at. That's what's on this list. There's so many things. Number 2 spot goes to Hearts of Tale of Two Towns. There's a story, but we give you the short version of it. You usually want these two towns. You come to, you've lost the married daughter to live in, so you pick a town, you pick a gender and your name, and that's basically it. Then you pick the town you live in. Now there are two towns, Bluebell and Konohana. One is Europe, one is Japan. Guess why that's the way that is. Bluebell being the one that's like Europe, specializes in producing animal products. Konohana specializes in producing crops. Guess which ones are popular? Between these two games, or towns rather, you can go to either and live in either, and you can marry people from either. Konohana has some things that Bluebell doesn't have, and vice versa. Both, however, get access to animals and crops. Konohana has room for crops, Bluebell has room for animals. That's just how it works. It's also how much you can grow or how much you can raise. There's a DS, 3DS version. 3DS version runs a little smoother and was released almost a full year. Actually, no, it was released 2 months later in the US. It wasn't released in Japan. Anyway, some other time that. First game on this list that you can pick either gender you want. Handful of marriage options. The most, I think, 10, maybe 6. I didn't count a lot. More than 5, less than 10. More than 20. Less than 20. English is hard, sorry. The main objective of the game is to get the towns to be a good terms in the game, which requires doing a festival that's completed by RNG according to my experience. Oh, there are 6 options to scroll here. And it's 1,000 points per level, 5 levels for each. Per one, 5,000 total. You can mod town as usual. You mod your house as usual. Pretty good scores. 68. This game was good. Compared to other games I've dealt with, this actually was a good one. Not the best one I played though. One more game to go. FLP cartoon game. Again, it'll be that one. Get a pen and paper. We're gonna be here a while. First place belongs to Harvest Moon Animal Parade. This game is so good, and it was for the Wii, which means I can record it and upload it in good quality without having to put it through 20 different, I do mean different, layers of editors to get up to the high definition standards that I usually go for. Not always, most of the time. So, this game, let's pick a male or female, pick a name your farm, you name the dog you don't have yet. You get it, it's still a matter of time. From all the basics though, you have an objective to save the Harvest Goddess, and then something about the Harvest King, I forget. Basically, how I remember is sacrifice the child of the Harvest King. In my case, probably the firstborn. If I repeat it, I'll explain what was about when we reach that point. You found 5 bells, ring the bells, about the Harvest Goddess, climb a mountain, because why not? Summon Harvest King, complete quest, receive credits, start up again, and get buffs. To start with, there are lots of people. I feel here candidates. Several. I'm not contaminated count. Some might be locked, but unlocking them just requires a little bit of work. Not too hard. The first of those you bring after you bring 2 of them back. 2 of them back. Well, which is the proper choice, I think about it. The game runs really well. The time is at 10-minute increments, not sure how long it is, it math out. But you have time to do everything. The game gives you a cow to start with. How nice is that? Super nice. In case you're wondering. There's fruit fields which contains a marimba farm where you buy seeds. I forgot the name of the ranch, but a horn ranch probably, and that's where you buy animals. And then there's a Harmonica Town where you buy everything else, including clothes. And a lot of clothes and accessories. One looks away. My hat sticks out. And there also, and around the town there are animals you can friend with. If you're friends with the animals, you can adopt them if you have room in your house. 1 pet for no upgrades, 2 for 2, 3 for 3, 4 for 4. I think. I only have the 2, so I really don't remember. Certain animals live in time, certain locations. Size of the pet determines what upgrades you need for that pet, and it counts as all pets for that, and it's weird. I haven't encountered any bugs, except maybe the marriage bug, which is really super not discuss. Maybe I'll play the game, I was playing the marriage bug, but it kind of works in some versions of the game. I think I have a more updated version that doesn't happen. Patch that right away. I don't know. But that means Harvest Moon Animal Parade, my favorite Harvest Moon game that I played. The other ones I played, I haven't played enough of to have any real view of. It'd just be pure speculation in my experience. It doesn't care of you. I'll be on 5 of these. Except maybe A Wonderful Life. Yes. For that though, that's 5 Harvest Moon games I've played and reviewed. My eye will expand, and I'll just list as I go. Thanks for watching, and enjoy whatever comes next. And then, editor's note. Harvest Moon? I did, don't you?